Remember 2020?
Spring break ending early. Disney World and most theme parks in Florida closing Sunday evening and remaining shut down until next month.
Disney World closed on March 15th, 2020 for what would become the longest closure in company history. Now, they had previously closed a few times. They closed after September 11th, and they closed a bunch of times for hurricanes and tropical storms, but none of the closures were anywhere near as long as this was. They started reopening things on May 20th, 2020 by reopening Disney Springs.
Walt Disney World says it will begin a phased reopening of Disney Springs on May 20th. Leaders say the reopening will incorporate enhanced safety measures.
This is their shopping village. It's kind of like a high-end shopping touristy area.
Sky 6 captured people inside the property before 10 o'clock this morning. Disney officials say capacity will be limited and guests will have to undergo temperature checks.
And they had mask rules in place.
I was like, great. I had it sitting in a bag waiting to wear today.
This self-proclaimed mini fanatic and Apopka mom had her custom-made mask ready for the reopening of Disney Springs today.
All guests had to wear them unless you were actively eating or drinking, and they changed their rules a few times, but mostly the rule was that you weren't allowed to walk and drink a coffee. You had to stand still while you did it. They also opened relaxation stations where people could go in and take their masks off. Like a doctor after surgery, you just pull that thing off. If you forgot to wear your mask or you took it off and didn't put it back on, there were plenty of cast members to remind you, and you would hear this occasionally.
Face coverings must fully cover your nose and mouth and be worn at all times, except when actively eating or drinking while stationary. Guests that do not comply will be asked to leave.
Then Disney announced that you could take your mask off at the park.
Disney set to loosen the restrictions on its mask policy. Starting tomorrow, guests will be able to remove their face coverings to take outdoor photos at its parks.
Then they told you to put them back on.
Disney changing their mask rules for parks. Lauren, are the masks back?
Starting tomorrow, if you are indoors or outside on the monorail or a Disney bus, you must wear a mask regardless of your vaccination status.
Then they said you could take them off again.
Well, the happiest place on earth is doing away with masks. Visitors heading up north to Orlando can enjoy rides without wearing the masks, but you still can wear a mask at the park if you choose.
Then they said it'd be a good idea if you put them back on.
Starting tomorrow, all park guests ages 2 and up will be required again to wear a mask while indoors.
They did this back and forth for like a year. Meanwhile, Disney was still having you press your finger on this biometric reader. Don't worry, there's only been 6,000 other fingers on that today. There was one unusual thing that happened towards the end of 2020. And unusual in terms of this was all very unusual. Disney had a rule that you had to keep your mask on when you were on one of the rides. But sometimes people on the rides would take them off, or maybe they'd fall off.
Those who remove masks during a ride will not receive on-ride photos afterwards from Splash Mountain, the haunted house, and other popular attractions.
And so Disney said, we're going to take those photos and you won't be able to buy them. They won't appear. When you go out and look at the wall of photos, your photo will be gone. Then they got some guest complaints saying, hey, I had my mask on, so did my whole family, and there was somebody behind me that took theirs off, and so the whole cart, no one can buy the photo? So Disney went ahead and photoshopped masks onto the people that didn't have masks on their face. Can you see which one? In December of 2020, Disney made the following statement. In response to guest requests, we tested modifying some ride photos. We're no longer doing this and continue to expect guests to wear face coverings except when actively eating or drinking while stationary. What a long, strange trip it has been.
Back to school with masks and COVID-19. Susie just tested positive.
Hope you decide to become a member of my Patreon club. If you do, you'll get your own membership card, and then every single month you'll get the newsletter in the mail. Also in your envelope every month you'll get what I call the mini museum. It's an assortment of retro items that are going to bring back all kinds of memories to you. It's a club you want to join. We've got some new members: Jarrett Rusky, Awkward But Awesome, Aaron Wester, Al, Archer, Bucky and Oliver. Huge thanks to Carson Loveridge, Dana Snyder, Jason Evans, Jamie and Tom, Jen, Matthew Chapin, Mike and Jess, who are my second and third members on Patreon, and also a huge shout out to my big brother Rob. Thank you guys so much. I truly appreciate you all.